The cold wind cut through her thin sweater as she stood in line, clutching an empty plastic container to her chest like it was something precious. Her hands trembled, not just from hunger, but from exhaustion. She hadn't eaten a proper meal in 2 days. Her shoes were torn. Her face looked older than her 28 years. And as she stared at the back of the man standing ahead of her, she had no idea that in just a few minutes, her entire life was about to change forever. Before we continue, if you believe kindness still exists in this world, please take a moment to like this video, comment where you're watching from, share this story with someone you care about, and subscribe to the channel for more emotional stories that restore faith in humanity. Maya had never imagined her life would come to this. There was a time when she had dreams, simple dreams, but beautiful ones. She wanted a small home filled with laughter. She wanted to become a teacher. She wanted to give her little daughter a life better than the one she had known growing up. But life can be cruel in ways no one prepares for. 3 years earlier, Maya's husband had died in a construction accident. One moment he was alive, promising to return home with sweets for their daughter, and the next moment he was gone forever. No warning. No goodbye. Just silence. That silence destroyed everything. Without savings, without family support, and with a child to feed, Maya took every job she could find. She cleaned houses, washed dishes, worked late shifts in cheap restaurants, slept only a few hours a night. Still, it was never enough. Rent kept rising. Food became expensive. Employers replaced workers without care. Every day became a battle between survival and collapse. Then came the final blow. Her landlord gave her 3 days to pay overdue rent or leave. She begged. She cried. She promised to pay. He didn't care. The next morning, Maya and her 6-year-old daughter, Lily, were on the street with 2 bags and nowhere to go. That had been 6 weeks ago. Since then, they had survived in shelters, bus stations, and church basements whenever space was available. On bad nights, they slept outside. Maya did everything possible to hide the worst parts from Lily. She turned hunger into games. She turned fear into bedtime stories. She turned tears into smiles. But children notice more than adults realize. Lily had stopped asking for toys. Stopped asking for treats. Stopped asking why mommy cried when she thought no one was looking. Instead, she just held Maya's hand tighter. That morning had been especially hard. The shelter had run out of breakfast. Lily had woken up weak and dizzy. Maya's heart shattered when her daughter whispered the words every mother fears hearing. "Mommy. I'm hungry." Simple words. But they felt like knives. A volunteer told Maya about a community kitchen across town serving free hot meals at noon. So she walked. For nearly 2 hours. Under the harsh sun. With blistered feet and a child growing weaker with every step. By the time they arrived, the line stretched around the building. Maya nearly broke down. But she stayed. Because mothers do impossible things when their children need them. She joined the line, Lily leaning against her side. The aroma of warm soup drifted through the air. Fresh bread. Rice. Chicken stew. The smell alone made her stomach ache. She tried not to think about it. Just a little longer. Just hold on. That was when she noticed the man standing in front of her. He looked ordinary at first glance. Mid-50s. Neatly dressed. Simple dark coat. Expensive watch, though subtle. Calm posture. He didn't belong in a food line. But there he was. Waiting quietly. No security. No assistance. No signs of wealth except the details people often miss. Maya assumed he must be volunteering or perhaps helping someone. She paid little attention. Her focus remained on Lily. After 10 minutes, Lily swayed. Maya caught her before she fell. Panic surged through her. Her daughter's skin felt warm. Too warm. Lily's lips looked pale. Maya knelt instantly, brushing hair from her daughter's forehead. The world blurred. Fear consumed everything. Please, not now. Please. Not here. Not my baby. Lily opened tired eyes and whispered weakly. I'm okay, Mommy. But Maya knew she wasn't. The man ahead turned around. His expression changed immediately. Not annoyance. Concern. Real concern. He looked at Lily, then at Maya. And in that brief moment, something passed through his eyes, something deep and painful. Recognition. Memory. Loss. He crouched down without hesitation. His voice was calm and gentle. What happened? Maya felt embarrassed. Ashamed. Broken. She hated pity. Still, desperation overpowered pride. She explained between shaky breaths. No food. Long walk. No money. No home. No doctor. No options. The man listened silently. He didn't interrupt. Didn't judge. Didn't offer fake sympathy. He simply listened. When she finished, tears rolled down Maya's face. She tried wiping them away quickly. But they kept coming. Years of pain spilled out in public. She expected awkward silence. Maybe polite regret. Maybe someone saying they were sorry. Instead, the man did something unexpected. He removed his coat and folded it beneath Lily's head so she could rest. Then he stood and made a call. His voice changed, firm, urgent, powerful. Within minutes, everything changed. A black SUV pulled up. Then another. People began whispering. Volunteers stared. Phones came out. The man everyone thought was ordinary was clearly anything but. A woman rushed toward him. Professional. Efficient. Concerned. She addressed him respectfully. Sir, everything is ready. Sir. Maya froze. The volunteer beside her gasped. She recognized him. Everyone suddenly did. The man standing in line for free food wasn't just wealthy. He was Daniel Whitmore. Daniel Whitmore. One of the richest businessmen in the city. Owner of major companies. A self-made millionaire known for avoiding media. Maya's mind went blank. Why was a millionaire standing in line for charity food? Daniel turned toward her. And what he said next stunned everyone. He told her he came there every year on the anniversary of his daughter's death. Silence fell. Even the wind felt still. His daughter had been 7 when cancer took her. 7. He said she loved helping people. Especially feeding hungry families. After she died, he started visiting community kitchens anonymously. No cameras. No press. No headlines. Just quiet remembrance. Then his voice broke. He looked at Lily. She has my daughter's eyes. Maya felt tears return. Daniel continued. He admitted something he had never told anyone publicly. On the day his daughter died, she had asked him a question. A question that haunted him for years. Daddy, who helps kids who don't have food? At the time, he had no answer. No real answer. Success had consumed him. Wealth had insulated him. He built companies. Bought properties. Closed billion-dollar deals. But he had missed something fundamental. Human suffering was happening all around him. His daughter saw what he refused to see. And even while dying, she cared about hungry children. That changed him forever. He looked directly at Maya. And said something she would remember for the rest of her life. Maybe today, my daughter sent me here for you. Maya broke. Completely. Years of held-back pain collapsed. She sobbed uncontrollably. Not because of money. Not because of help. But because someone finally saw her. Not as a burden. Not as a failure. Not as invisible. As a human being. Daniel's assistant returned with medical staff. They examined Lily immediately. Low blood sugar. Severe fatigue. Mild fever. Dangerous, but treatable. They gave her juice and food. Color slowly returned to her face. Maya watched every second. Praying. Hoping. Breathing again. Then Daniel asked Maya one question. What did you do before life became this hard? The question caught her off guard. Nobody had asked about her past in years. People only saw her current suffering. Not the person beneath it. She quietly explained. She had studied education. Wanted to teach. Never finished due to financial hardship. But she loved children. Loved learning. Loved helping others grow. Daniel listened carefully. Then he nodded. As if deciding something. He asked his assistant to prepare arrangements. Maya assumed temporary shelter. Maybe food assistance. Maybe hospital support. That alone would have meant everything. But Daniel had something far greater in mind. He offered her immediate housing. Safe apartment. 6 months prepaid. Medical care for Lily. Food support. And then, a job interview. At one of his foundation schools. Training included. Education completion funded. Salary. Benefits. A real future. Maya stared at him in disbelief. It felt unreal. Like a dream created by hunger and exhaustion. Why would someone do this? Why help a stranger so much? Daniel answered before she even asked. Because survival help is temporary. Dignity changes lives. Those words pierced her soul. Not charity. Dignity. Not pity. Opportunity. For the first time in years, Maya saw something dangerous. Hope. Real hope. And hope can feel terrifying when you've lived in darkness too long. Because what if it disappears? What if this is temporary? What if life takes it away again? Daniel seemed to understand. He handed Maya a card. Not a business card. A handwritten note. 3 words. You are capable. Maya held it like treasure. That evening, she and Lily slept in clean beds. Warm blankets. Safe walls. No fear. No cold pavement. No hunger. Lily fell asleep smiling. Before closing her eyes, she whispered something Maya would never forget. Mommy, are we okay now? Maya kissed her forehead. For the first time in months, she answered honestly. Yes, baby. I think we are. Months passed. Then a year. Life didn't become magically perfect. Healing took time. Trauma lingered. Nightmares remained. But progress came. Step by step. Maya completed her training. She joined Daniel's school foundation. At first, she doubted herself. Could she really teach? Was she good enough? Then she stepped into a classroom. Children ran toward her. Smiling. Laughing. Learning. And something awakened inside her. This was where she belonged. She wasn't just surviving anymore. She was living. And thriving. Lily flourished too. Healthy. Happy. Back in school. Her laughter returned. The silence she once carried disappeared. One afternoon, during a school event, Maya saw Daniel watching children from a distance. Quiet as always. No attention. No spotlight. Just observing. She walked to him. Her eyes filled with tears. She thanked him. Not just for saving them. For restoring something she thought was gone forever. Her worth. Daniel smiled gently. Then he said something simple. I didn't save you, Maya. You did that yourself. I only opened a door. If this story has touched your heart so far, please like the video, share it with others, and subscribe to support the channel so more people can hear stories that remind us of humanity. And before we finish, I have a special request for you. Comment below with one word, kindness, if you believe a single act of compassion can change someone's entire life. 3 years later, Maya stood in a different line. But this time, she wasn't waiting for food. She was serving it. At the same community kitchen. Same building. Same smell of warm soup and fresh bread. But everything had changed. She wore clean clothes. A warm smile. Confidence. Purpose. Lily stood beside her, helping hand out meals. Then Maya saw her. A young woman. Thin sweater. Tired eyes. Holding a hungry child. Standing in line. Trying not to cry. Maya froze. Because she saw herself. 3 years ago. Same pain. Same fear. Same desperation. She walked toward the woman. Knelt beside the child. And smiled. Then she said the exact words that once saved her. You're safe now. We'll help. The woman burst into tears. And Maya understood something beautiful. Kindness doesn't end with the person who receives it. It multiplies. It travels. It returns. One meal. One moment. One stranger. One act of compassion. That is all it takes to interrupt despair. That is all it takes to begin again. The man who stood in front of Maya in a food line changed her life forever. But perhaps the greatest miracle wasn't that he helped her. It was that his kindness transformed her into someone who could help others. And that may be the most powerful kind of wealth in this world. Because money can build buildings. But compassion rebuilds people. And sometimes, the person standing right in front of you is carrying a pain you cannot see. So be kind. You never know when your smallest gesture might become someone's greatest miracle. The next life you change could begin with something as simple as offering hope.